Hey, good afternoon. This is Bob from Trade Genius Daily Recap. It's Tuesday, the 28th of June. And I'm going to start off with the volatility indexes because I trade those the most. And they have the highest probability of success. And, going into yesterday, if you follow any of my videos, is I said, we're likely to have a turnaround in the market on Tuesday, which is today, and it would probably start, Monday night, and it did. And one of the reasons it gave me hope, other than the, Tuesday on a Friday down, Monday down, is a high probability trade, and what we would call a mirror trade, where it will try to retrace all that it lost on Friday, and but it was the UVXY and the XIV buy and sell signals. And so, my momentum indicator, UVXY, as soon as it gives way, you know to go ahead and you should short volatility. We actually shorted it on the close on Friday, and one of the things that was interesting to us is we shorted through puts, and we go out 2 weeks. Is that on Monday it just never really volatility never really pushed up anymore, and we're like, okay, so the I think the panic and the fear is over, and we were amply rewarded today. Our puts are up nearly 50% for 2 days, and we were pretty far out of the money, and so now we're in the money, and we expect the volatility to subside all the way through towards the end of the week. And so I wanted just to point out to you, whenever you see any overbought situation with UVXY, even if you're early, the chances are you're still going to get paid. And if you look at XIV, we just did the inverse on Monday. We were buying XIV, and we just stayed with it all the way through. And I had up to 2,000 shares at one point, and now I'm down to 500. But we're still trying to climb back up to the moving VWAP area, so it could still have another $2 in it, and or even try to even go back to where it was before the vote on Britain, because the way volatility works, it works in a beta or enhanced fashion than the regular market. So I think there's still some room here to maneuver for XIV. Looking at SPY, it's I think this right here, this line here, also represents some areas of resistance from the futures market as well, and I think it's going to have a hard time filling the gap from pre Brex vote. And so I would be looking at that 205, 206 area. I don't know if I'll short it, but I'll most certainly sell some call spreads against it, going into Thursday, Friday. And then on oil, we talked about oil. It stopped, it halted its slide down at 46. Again, the push back up, perfect mirror trade, if you could see that, from Friday down right back to the price on Tuesday. It may try to fill this gap, but oil is getting to the point now where I think going into July, it's going to get some weakness. So we'll probably be looking at weakness in the market and weakness in oil to get back into our short oil trades again. And so we'll be looking at that. And Neighborly came down hard, so it took some of the air out of us. Look at Drip did a mirror from Friday, and we got out at the top on Friday on Drip. So we're pretty excited about that, and I would love for it to push back down to the low sixes again, and hop back on. And the same with ERY. And so the last area I want to talk about is gold. This an island top here, has not been filled, and I'm not really sure what to make of it. GLD does get gappy, and so, but right now it's not a buy, although shorting it's probably not wise either. And so maybe going into well, actually, the month of July is not very favorable for gold. It's kind of neutralish for gold. The miners, on the other hand, usually do very well in July for whatever seasonal reasons they are. And so I'm expecting some opportunities to get into SLW and also to AG. And what I'll do, let me push back out to give you some perspective here. It's been in a pretty good triangle here, and so I'm not sure if I want to see if I can start tagging it on the low side here, around 12, and then ride it up and sell it when it gets to the top of the rectangle, or just or wait for it just to break out. Because if it breaks out, it'll probably move another $1.50, $2. So another potential for a 10 or 15% move. So anyway, so that's what I'm looking at right now. And for the rest of the week, tomorrow, Thursday, I'm expecting a mixed bag. Probably push up a little bit and then hit resistance. So this is Bob from Trade Genius. I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.